And that's a show intro.
That is.
I don't know. We'll let that vamp for a while. Sounds kind of cool under there. What's up, Dave?
Same as always. How's it going?
The official hello on the air as we've been talking for no less than, I don't know, an hour.
Yeah, well, you had to eat, didn't you?
I can't do this on an empty stomach anymore.
It did look good, though.
Yeah, I'm a little full. I feel a little disgusting.
The Reuben with steak fries, huh?
Yeah, man.
Oof.
Well, we are at Buckley's on Main Street, Center Riches. Let's get that out of the way.
Buckley's Irish Pub, 386.
Oh, look at that. The full
Main
endorsement.
Street, Center Riches, New York.
I try to always get the Reuben when I'm not eating a salad or something retarded like that.
What was that thing that you ordered that one night that you don't remember?
Seafood platter? Was it the catch of the day?
Yeah.
Fisherman's something?
Fisherman's Delight or something like that.
I think I vaguely remember it being good.
Every hunk of seafood they had in the place. Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Well, as always, now everybody can go to iTunes, like, rate, and subscribe. And if they want to interact, argue with us, give us an idea.
Is this possible now?
They can go to Facebook and do that. And something new, thanks to you, you can go to YouTube and check out our shows.
my tiring, my exhausting efforts.
Everything, you just look for Half-Cocked Conversations. It
should all be there on our page, Half-Cocked Conversations.
All right. So, I saw something in the paper. It wasn't even this, it was...
One thing?
It was 2 weeks ago. And it angered me so much I held onto the clipping like a little old lady. I was clipping a newspaper at work. Now, I'm going to show it to you. And you can read I'll post a picture on Facebook, but you can read the caption.
Is this you? Yeah. Looks like you.
Read the caption.
The caption: Louis C.K.'s Doodle Dog seems to keep its distance from the disgraced comedian on a stroll in New York City. They're even saying the dog is ashamed to be walking with him.
What?
Come on.
How aggravating is that?
That's his dog?
That's his dog, but look how happy he looks and how happy the dog looks.
The dog's happy. He's out for a walk.
What goes on there? What's
the art? Is that from the Post? Is that page 6?
Post, Post, page 6, of course.
All right.
So you don't even consider that a newspaper, do you, anymore?
No, I don't. I really try not to read the paper. It's all subjective and everything's editorial.
I don't know how you could look at that and think it wasn't.
That's all that is. That's just somebody's opinion. That's a jab.
And I believe that most of it's kind of like come out that it wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to be. That article was greatly exaggerated.
Again, this is not something we even should dip a toe in the water and start talking about.
Because it'll,
what did he do?
Nothing.
Jerked off in front of a couple of people. He thought it was appropriate at the time.
But one set of people, one set of girls, actually, he asked first, and they said yes.
Yeah,
and it was great. That's what I'm saying. It was twisted. It was pretty bad what happened to him.
That was nothing compared to all of the other accusations and allegations that had come out. This was a guy who consensually went with a couple of ladies and like, well, here's what's going to happen. I mean, I'm going to come back naked and, you guys should be too. Hey, why aren't your clothes off? Oh, this has turned into something way later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a nothing burger.
It's a shame. It's a shame because I believe he pulled himself out of many projects. A movie that he was doing got...
I Love You, Daddy.
Yeah, where is that?
I don't know. I was super excited to see it.
It was an awkward movie. It was going to be a weird movie.
Yeah, like, so his daughter, played by Chloe Moretz, wasn't a...
Sorry.
Bob had a rough day yesterday, 420, but I believe his daughter was played by Chloe Moretz, and she was an aspiring actress, yes, thank you. And John Malkovich played like a Woody Allen-esque director.
That's right, Malkovich.
And, hilarity ensued. When he was uncomfortable with their relationship.
Right.
But nothing came of it. Because I think it got tied in with the whole Woody Allen thing, because Woody Allen is not so beloved. It's kind of 50-50 now.
Right.
Because of Sun Yi.
That whole thing.
Yeah. You can't really defend that. But, hey, it's not like they're still together, right? And there's got to be something said for that. She seems happy, right?
No, I don't know.
You know why? It's hard to...
No.
I don't know him personally, but they're still together,
Who's the daughter?
Sun Yi.
And who was the mother?
Mia Farrow adopted her, right?
I don't know enough
to
even talk about it.
That was when he was married to Mia Farrow, and he adopted Sun Yi as a a young child.
They're still together?
Yeah.
Then who's the one that came out and said it was abuse?
Ronan Farrow. I think that was a legit. Was that his? I don't know. I can't speak on it because I don't know if Ronan Farrow was actually.
Not the first time we've talked about things without knowing what we were talking about.
Yeah. But, I mean, how does Woody Allen really? No.
I have no idea. Wasn't on my list of things to discuss.
Hey, no, this is an off-the-fly conversation, but I mean,
who's the actress that's in all of Woody Allen movies? What is her name? She's aging wonderfully.
Scarlett Johansson?
No. From back in the day.
Oh, Annie Hall?
Yeah. What the hell's her name? Catherine? Kate? No.
Kate Blanchett?
No.
It's in. She was in Annie Hall.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, Annie.
What's her
let's just
name?
call her Annie Hall.
Yeah, Annie Hall. I remember there was this big thing came out about the Woody Allen, like resurfaced again, and like there were letters written to Annie Hall from the kid, like, how did you not see this happening? How did you let this happen? Blah blah blah. My dad was touching me. My dad was doing this. Like I was a young girl, and blah blah blah.
So, it was. I guess Ronan Farrow was at least like.
Boy, when we don't know what we're talking
about. Diane Keaton.
Not Kate.
No,
Keaton.
Diane Keaton. So Ronan Farrow was, I guess, in a household with at least him at one point in time. Because wasn't Mia Farrow with like Frank Sinatra at one point too?
Again, off the rails already. I don't know.
I mean, you go from Frank Sinatra. Nah, I'm completely. I'm out of my lane here.
Totally. Okay.
So did you pay your taxes? As we're recording this, tax
day? Yeah, no, I got my refund months ago.
Yeah, I didn't. I held off. I owe like a lot. Not a lot.
Well, a lot of people do.
I know. It's crazy.
I got lucky with the kid and the house.
Yeah.
And I just bought another one. I took a loss on it. Closing costs and lawyers' fees and all that stuff just came right off the top. Next year I might get hit over the head. I don't know.
Nothing you can do about it.
Nope. Join the club.
All right.
So Louis C.K. We're just talking about that photo?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to talk about with that?
Nothing. It aggravated me. Like to no end.
Pointing fingers?
Yeah,
like they're just trying to keep the flame going under his ass?
Right. The dog wouldn't even look at him.
That's just a bullshit. Like there was a whole article there.
You're gonna
Did you read the article?
What, from Jezebel?
Or whatever that was. That was a picture, a little caption, and then a whole article.
Oh, that wasn't a whole article. That was just a little
further digging.
Actually,
jabbing him in the side.
No, LADEA readies case against Kevin Spacey. How apropos.
Oh, for that thing?
Yeah, about that guy Anthony Rapp. But no, it just bothers me that they're gonna smear the guy's name. They're gonna tear him apart like that. Let it die down. I think Jezebel and
that's bullshit. I wouldn't even worry about
Motherly were writing articles about maybe
that's bullshit.
It was his kind of like
who reads the paper anymore?
His thrashing was overdone, and then as soon as that happens, boom! Now look at it. His labradoodle doesn't even want to be around him.
That's just a bullshit article. Who wrote that article? I bet we could dig up some dirt on whoever wrote that up.
Of course.
Equally say the same thing.
Of course. Is there anything else going on? Anything fancy?
No, I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for getting me out of the house.
Yeah.
It's good to fucking not look at my four walls. I got out last week. We had a gig. The Incubus tribute band played a small place in, I don't know, Holbrook. It was a glorified practice. It was a free show. I don't know how we get booked for these free gigs when we play like a good hour-long set.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was on my way home from work, and I saw it. I was like, dude, I should have
gone. I didn't plan on hanging out. I didn't really, I don't know. It ended up being a good time because we all drank because it was a glorified practice.
Right.
No stage. Just like, you're on the floor.
Tucked in the corner.
Yeah, what? Who booked this? What are we doing here? Well, I don't get it.
Well, at least you got to play.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Got to flex your muscles a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I have some homework to do now. I think we're 4 weeks away from 2 back-to-back Soundgarden tribute bands. One of them is the Seattle 4.
Right.
And then with a sneak little surprise from the Mad Season tribute band.
Okay.
And we're going to do 3 songs. So that's good. I have some homework to do. I haven't played these songs in a long time. 2 different sets, back to back, completely different songs. So we go from not playing any of it to I have to brush up on like 22 songs.
Yeah.
But so that's fun. That'll
22?
occupy, give or take. That'll occupy my time and keep me busy, keep me out of trouble for a little bit.
You know, like I was obviously a drummer for a very long time. I'm not saying I was great or anything, but I feel you could fake the funk a lot easier as a drummer. It's impressive when people are like, "Oh yeah, no, just like off the cuff, off the top of your head, you could just boom, boom, and just start playing."
No, I do have to do my homework.
Right, but you can log 22 songs and then just go on stage and do that. To
At
me,
least,
that's
yeah.
baffling.
No, I've been doing it for years.
Is that something? Is that you either have it or you don't, or is that learned?
No, I think you have it or you don't, and you can learn.
Yeah.
It's all how your chops are, and you get that muscle memory working.
Yeah.
When you just know. I don't know. Sometimes you just know. You sink in. You lock into the cosmos, whatever they call that. You
find the zone.
Yeah. You hook up with the ether, as
but
they call it.
So you learn a song and you just put that in the bank.
Well, not only that. Like I can hear a song if I know it.
Yeah.
And I can just pick it up and like figure it out because
Right.
well I know how that sounds and I know where my fingers on the guitar make a sound, and I can put it together where it comes together.
But then
it just comes out.
Is it stored? You're done.
If it's
you
right.
You can just access it in a file somewhere.
No, you need to
Practice.
work on it, get the muscle memory in, and then like lock it away and
So
hopefully recall one day.
You don't play it for 6 months. You got to revisit that.
Kind of. Yeah.
Still impressive though.
I'm impressed with myself that I can pull this off on a regular basis. Yes.
Yeah. No, I couldn't.
A semi-hidden talent.
No, that's I always wondered that, like, because I know guys that could just pick up a guitar and be like, oh yeah, I know that song too, and start strumming along. It's like, wow.
Well, especially when you're a music head and you're constantly listening to music, things you've listened to for 20, 25 years.
I could do the same thing.
You can pick it up. Like, I know how that goes, so
Yeah.
let me just figure it out and play it. And 9 out of 10 times, you already know, even if you've never tried to play this song, you know it's a basic chord progression. There's only so many notes in a song.
Right, so like
It kind of works itself out.
So you're thinking like tabs, like as long as you know the tab. Like I remember that was a big thing where you download the tabs.
Oh, I still cheat. I'll still figure it out. I'm like, well, this is what this person thinks it sounds. At least it gets me in the key signature. It gets me with the right fingerings, and then from there you just do what you got to do.
Now, if somebody tossed you a fretless bass, would you be completely thrown off?
No, because they still have the dots along the side. Yeah, you could still figure it out. Yeah, there's still visual keys and cues on a fretless. Yeah. But so that was that music last week.
No, I crank tons of tunes. Like that's all I do is I listen to tons of music. I'm always listening to music. But when I think that it's like somebody could just go out there and just start cranking tunes away, I'm like, it's pretty impressive. I'm not trying to blow you or anything. I'm just saying it's pretty impressive they could do that.
I mean, there's too many people here. Dave,
right.
Take your pants off.
Yeah. My dad pants again.
You're looking pretty snazzy today.
I look like a Chad.
A Chad?
A Chad.
What's up, Chad?
A Chad.
Looks pretty good, though.
Khakis, blue blazer, white shirt.
I like that you went with the tan pants. Not bad.
Yeah. Well,
navy blue?
Sunday best on Saturday.
Not bad, sir. Not bad. With your wingtip shoes.
Yeah. These are nice.
You little hipster, you.
Come on.
Ha, ha.
Wait.
You got patches on your elbow?
I wish.
Oh, okay.
It's a little too warm out for patches. Come on.
Yeah.
So, sad news, though, also, too.
We have sad news?
Yeah.
What
Somebody died.
Who?
Ermey.
Oh, we're going to do that now?
I don't know. I figured it was a natural. It just caught my eye.
Because I'm semi-prepared for that.
You're semi-prepared for that.
Semi-prepared. I'll start you off with a little bit of this.
A little bit of
Well,
what?
this was when? He was 72?
Yeah, it was complications with pneumonia, right?
Oh, did I pot that down? I'm an idiot.
You Yes, he died of complications with pneumonia. He's 72. Did you know? I also learned this week too that he wasn't supposed to be in Full Metal Jacket.
No, he was signed on as an advisor.
Yeah.
Like he was with Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
He was actually, if I'm not mistaken, a chopper pilot
Right.
on Apocalypse Now, and he was an advisor.
Yeah.
He was hired as an advisor for Full Metal Jacket.
But the guy who was supposed to play the drill sergeant couldn't take him berating him and quit.
He did such a good job on an instructional video
Yeah.
for here's what your drill sergeant should be doing.
Yeah.
That
Was he like
just
throwing
said,
tennis balls at everybody?
You got to
and,
do
like,
this.
Yeah, screaming and yelling.
You got to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said, you did such a good job, you can do the job.
One of my favorite
Kubrick.
things
His
about
name
Full Metal
escaped me.
Jacket and Arlie Ermey.
Who the fuck said that?
Oh, now it works. Sorry about that.
Do you suck dicks?
Oh, that's my favorite one.
In that movie, when a DVD first came out, that whole scene when he finds a donut in the Foot Locker and he's screaming at Pyle, if you watch the French version, brings it to a whole other level because the guy's doing an impersonation of him.
It's a short one.
It is?
This is one of the best ones.
Pop that blister.
He's going down line for line, doing an inspection of fingers and toes, and he finds an unlocked Foot Locker.
Jesus H. Christ.
And the berating begins.
Private Pyle, why is your footlocker unlocked?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Private Pyle, if there is one thing in this world that I hate,
Just another
it
reason
is
to
an
fuck
unlocked
with him.
footlocker. You know that, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir.
If it wasn't for dickheads like you, there wouldn't be any thievery in this world, would there?
Sir, no, sir.
Get down!
We'd be like, oh no, please don't open it. Don't open it.
Well now, let's just see if there's anything missing.
Hey, he's not looking to see if anything's missing.
What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pyle?
Sir, jelly donuts, sir.
A jelly donut?
Sir, yes,
I mean,
sir.
you
How did
love
it get here?
the
Sir,
drill
it took
sergeant
about
in
the
this, and you
sir.
love Pyle getting his
Joe
balls
loves the birds,
busted.
Private
But
Pyle.
after a
Sir,
while, you
no,
do
sir.
feel bad
Are
for him.
you
You're like,
allowed
you
to eat
dumb
jelly donuts,
motherfucker.
Private Pyle?
Sir,
When are
no,
you gonna
sir.
learn?
Why
You
not,
know,
Private Pyle?
Sir, because I'm too heavy,
you don't know
sir.
who to root for
Because
sometimes.
you are a disgusting fat body, Private Pyle.
Sir, yes, sir.
Then why did you hide a jelly donut in your footlocker, Private Pyle?
Sir, because I was hungry, sir.
Because you were hungry.
He just didn't get it.
Private Pyle.
How could anybody but Ermey do this part?
I don't know.
And dishonored the
Perfection.
platoon. I have tried to help him, but I have failed. I have failed.
And a lot of people
because
said he
you
doesn't deserve any
have not
recognition
helped
for
me.
being a good actor because he was a drill sergeant.
Have
Drill
tried
sergeant
to
or
get
not,
Private
nobody else
Pyle
could have pulled this off.
the
No.
former
You're telling me this
militia.
isn't acting? Even as a drill sergeant, you are
From
acting.
now on,
But those lines were written for him.
whenever Private Pyle
He
comes
memorized
up,
them.
No.
I will
Yes.
not
This is all
punish
him.
No, he.
I will
Absolutely.
punish all of
I listened to
you.
an interview with him this week.
And the way
I've
I
watched
see
nothing
it,
but
ladies,
Okay.
You owe me for one jelly donut. Now get on your faces. Open your mouth. They're paying for it. You eat it.
All right, so the story behind all of this was I saw an interview with him
Yeah.
just the other day because, you know, this is all we were doing at work. Kubrick wanted to see, like, well, what else do you have for me? So he would just go off on these rants, insult after insult after insult, and then they would watch it back and then type up the best of that. So, yes, technically it was all written in a script,
Yeah.
but it was everything he had thrown out there originally. That all came
because
from him.
I heard the interview where he said that he sat and memorized it forward and back. He spent weeks memorizing. So every time they said had to take, he could just rattle it off. And he said, because I'm not an actor, I never learned how to do this. I had to put in work. He's like, morning, noon, and night. I tried to memorize those lines, and that's what made me a better person. It's
Oh,
hard
get out
work.
of here!
Yeah.
I didn't see or hear that at all.
Yeah.
We have two different impressions, but I believe you, and
It was
I
on.
believe
It was.
what I
He
saw.
did it on the Take a Knee podcast. It was all about hard work and determination.
Take a knee.
Yeah, take a knee. But yeah, you know what it is, man. We all have that dude at work, Pyle.
I was him for a while.
Really?
Yes, I was. I was very
Oh.
gullible. Anything you told me, I believed you, and
Yeah.
fucking whatever.
You were Pyle, huh?
Before I thought for myself, I was not always a free thinker. I was Johnny Gullible, you know.
Oh, you got taken advantage of?
Yo, totally, all the time.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, that's all right. Wah, fuck me. It still happens.
I am Gunnery Sergeant.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I took the wind out of your sails, though. I don't know. I got all excited.
You did. Well, it was sad to hear that you were actually Pyle.
I mean, we were all a little Pyle at one time.
No, I'm more of a bully, I suppose.
Huh. Bully. Get together and bully people.
I do. It's sad. Speaking of bullies, do you think we're actually rolling into World War III like everybody says?
As far as this whole Syria shit,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Nothing.
I happened to watch the news.
Yeah.
I happened to watch the news when we struck back or
Right.
launched a strike against Syria. Supposed to be a strategic strike. Whatever.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished, he came out and said, right?
Right.
We did what we had to do. It's the last I heard of it. What's going on? There was a chemical attack. Syria tried to blame other people. They
Right.
said, no, it was Syria. And then we said, well, fuck that. We're going to bomb Syria. And we did.
Again. Yeah.
So what happened? The same thing we did last year, right?
Right.
Didn't we bomb their
With the
airstrip? And then
yeah.
it was like being used a week later?
Right.
So what happened?
This time, Putin said that this wouldn't go unpunished, basically.
If we did this?
Anyway, we did it.
But I thought Putin loves Trump. I thought they're buddies.
No. Publicly, they're beefing. They're beefing now.
Is SNL on tonight?
Yeah.
Are they live?
I suppose.
I'll know more about this tomorrow. Then. That's where I get all my
That's where
news
you get all
from.
your
Yeah,
news from?
the first 8 minutes of SNL.
Well,
tell
it
me
was-
what's going on politically.
It's escalated. It's definitely escalated. The tensions are high. But I would think your average person doesn't believe that Assad actually gassed his own people. It's a false flag operation.
Jesus.
That's what, I'm not saying either way because I don't, like I said, I don't know enough about it. But that seems to be the consensus now. Maybe.
But that's never stopped us from going full-on conversation.
Right.
No, I just really, in all honesty, I thought if it was like a big deal and things were escalating, it would be on behind you. It would be on over here. I would have heard about it. The couple of radio shows I listened to, they would have talked about it. Nothing's really been said.
Yeah.
Aside from this happened last week.
But I don't think anything's actually come from Russia yet. I mean, I don't know. I mean, are you the type of person that believes we could just wipe them off like a shit stain on an ass? Just
Who?
Russia.
Russia?
Yeah.
It's such a huge country.
Yeah, but if we just launched all that ridiculous shit we have,
Then who would retaliate
I don't know.
on us?
I don't think any countries that are allies with him could actually like North Korea, Syria. I don't think those countries could actually pose a threat to us. I mean, I could be wrong. I am wrong a lot of times, but I'll never admit it. But
You just did. That was very big of you.
yeah.
Even in the form of denial. That was nice.
But I don't think it's I don't think it's necessarily a thing we if it could be bad. I don't think anybody can invade Russia. We've learned that time and time again.
Does this count as politics?
Yeah.
No, no, because I would not talk politics. This is current events.
Current events.
This happened a week ago, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Still going on. I mean,
yeah.
North Korea finally agreed to stop raising nuclear weapons. Stop increasing the arms race. They decided to slow down.
Didn't they do this a long time ago?
No.
And they just said yes, and then they never did?
No, there was an embarrassing moment because they were supposed to be a summit between, to kind of de-escalate the situation, and Kim Jong-un, his Uma Oprah. That's a timely reference. But his plane couldn't make it to the summit without a ridiculously embarrassing amount of gas stops. He didn't have the technology to make it.
What?
Yeah. So he kind of showed his hand when they were like, we're going to hold the summit here, and his plane couldn't physically make it without. It would take him longer than, so they kind of, I think he didn't have any hand to play. So he's backing off the nuclear arms race.
That's really weird.
Well, I mean.
That's weird.
What do you mean it's weird?
That's just so weird.
Why?
Like, they held it in a place where he couldn't get to easily, and then he's just like, I guess I have nothing to do here.
Well, because then they're like, well, everybody else is here. Why aren't you? Sorry, buddy. Like, well, he's working with World War II era, like Soviet hand-me-downs. I don't think they don't have fresh technology in North Korea.
Why? Where's all the money going?
Their money? I don't know.
Nukes?
No.
He's putting all of his money in nukes where he doesn't even have, like, a decent, jet?
No. They have buildings that are completely, they're empty. So it's just a shell. They have giant skyscrapers in Pyongyang that are just a shell. When you look inside and there's no floors, it just looks like somebody, like an ice cream cone turned up down, like a steel ice cream cone turned upside down. So it looks impressive from the outside. But there's never any lights on. There's no plumbing in it. It's just to show. It's all facade.
It's fucking weird.
A lot of that money goes to Dennis Rodman appearances too. Dennis Rodman hangs out there all the time.
Still.
I believe he just was there recently.
That wasn't just a one-time ambassador goodwill thing?
I think he's been there 2 or 3 times.
I don't understand any of that.
Well, Kim Jong-un loves the Bulls.
Is it
Kim Jong-un.
UN?
No, Un.
Un? O-O-N?
Un.
Is there an E at the end? Is the E silent?
No, it's UN. Un.
Un.
Un. Like rune. No, like run. Un. So he might, all right, whatever. But anyway, he's a huge fan of the Bulls. That's why.
Fucking guy.
What do you mean? That guy makes me laugh. You don't think so?
It all counts as politics. I try not to follow politics. I don't have enough. I don't know enough to say about it.
You're missing out.
It just really bothers me. Nope. I am happily ignorant.
Blissfully ignorant.
On a lot of things.
You know who? Remember Kennedy from MTV?
Yes.
She's got her own show on Fox Business Network.
She does.
She's held up amazing. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking at a.
She's wonderful.
Oh,
she looks awesome.
Oh, I watch that show as much as I possibly can.
Her book is good.
Yeah.
If you're into a good read, if you like autobiographies, she wrote a very good book that I got about halfway through. I didn't finish it. Things come up, but
for you, that's a good
read.
That's a solid recommendation.
Oh,
Halfway
absolutely.
through.
I'm halfway through her audio book, not an audio book.
So you didn't read
a digital book.
I argue with
my Amazon book.
I argue with my wife about that constantly.
No, it's not an audio book.
You didn't listen to it.
It's a digital book on Amazon.
And my wife's like, I read that book, and I was like, and then my daughter, she listened to it. And she's like, Murph, whatever. And I'm like, no, yeah, you didn't read it. I think it's two totally different things.
It was on in the car, and you listened.
Well, no, we have the thing. I don't know how it works because it's too much for me. But she has the Kindle, iPad, and all the other stuff too. But I guess with Audible or whatever, so you're reading, and then when you hop in the car to go to work, it picks up where you're done reading.
That's pretty good though.
And vice versa, so you can listen to it, and then when you pick up the e-reader, it's where you left off listening to.
It's pretty awesome.
Again, I don't know how that works. It would be too much for me.
I downloaded an audio book, thinking I heard a comedian on a radio show.
Right.
And he was plugging his book. I'm like, you know what? Sounds pretty good. I want to listen to this. Like an hour in, I'm just like, yeah, I want to hear something else. I'm not invested in this.
Well, yeah, you just listen to the radio. Well, listen to us, right? I mean, just as good.
I do.
Yeah,
I have to. Actually, the last show is the only one I didn't. I gave it to you to post, and I didn't listen to it.
Well, you'll be pleasantly surprised when you do, because it was the bee's knees, the cat's ass.
You like it? Yeah.
I didn't listen to it either.
Oh, it just went up? Oh, that's great.
It just went up.
We did have 1 or 2 shows sounded amazing at the house in Sound Beach.
Yeah. The high ceilings.
It really just sounded great.
Yeah.
And then everything else after that actually sounds like shit. Not that it's a shitty show. The audio quality sounded amazing in that house.
Well, I think last week's was pretty good. I listened to a little bit of it.
Yeah.
The compression definitely works.
People
love the compression talk.
Really?
I'm getting tons of emails and tweets about, you guys need more compression talk and more behind-the-scenes talk on the show, guys.
More behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They want us to talk about the show on the show.
It's very meta, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, right? It makes everybody feel like they're there with us.
Yeah.
You know, the really good show is the bullshit we talk about before the show.
Yeah.
The show before the show.
No, I don't think people want to hear our tax woes either, and me complaining about how we get taxed on my paychecks and such.
But, do you know how many people are out there? They think they have to cap themselves from working too much overtime because they're going to take too many taxes out.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm just arguing that we would offer nothing to the table and probably confuse people even more.
But if we had that conversation now, like we're about to have that conversation now, apparently. Right. If anybody listens, there isn't anybody who doesn't think I can't work too much overtime because they're just going to take it all out in taxes. That doesn't make sense. If you're working extra, you're getting paid extra. And because of that extra pay, you got to pay a little extra taxes.
Right.
Based on that percentage that you were already paying.
I think it's a sticker shock type of scenario, is where you think you're going to get so much more, and you actually don't. Like, I know there is a number. I'll say if I work more than 20 to 25 hours overtime, I actually start making less an hour. I know that for sure. I can physically see it. So I'll look at one paycheck where I made work 20 hours and I work like 30 hours. I actually take home, it works out to be
You mean of overtime?
Yeah.
Extra. 20 hours extra, 30 hours
20
extra.
to 25 is like the golden point. After that, I start making less an hour, pretty much.
My body hurts thinking about 25 hours of overtime a week.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding?
I
know. You literally live on overtime.
It's not by choice either.
I hear you. I couldn't do it. I turned down overtime. I'm like, fuck it. My body's going to hurt. After 12 hours, my legs start to hurt. I fucking literally feel like I do have MS.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. Even if it's sitting in a class. Like, it's an easy 8. You just got to go. Kawasaki's here to give us notes on their new product. You just got to sit in class and take notes. I'm like, you know what? I don't fucking want to. Turns my day into a 16-hour day plus a drive. It's an 18, 20-hour day. What, so I could sleep for 3 hours and fucking turn around?
Yeah.
I just say no. I say no to overtime. It's just not good.
I can't. I get mandated. I'm a first responder, emergency worker, man.
That's sexy, though.
You think so?
You're a responder.
Yeah, I respond to things. It's some sexy talk, some sexy tax talk. I think it is, though. I know for sure that I see to my paycheck, after 20 hours, I make less money. I start making less an hour than I would during regular pay because it does go to taxes. And everybody says you get it back, but I never do. I think that's the biggest complaint is that, yeah, like you said, you pay more because you're making more. That's
right.
Fine, but I don't get it back ever. So to me, it's not worth it because after 20 hours, I'm really making less an hour than I would be on my normal, regular pay.
Well, that makes even less sense.
That's why people get paid to be CPAs.
Yeah, to work all of this out.
Right. I just make sure stuff doesn't blow up, and that's all I do. And if it blows up, I fix it.
This is blowing up right now.
It is. You don't think this is hot pod right now?
I'm in. I'll talk about taxes and paychecks all day.
Well, I do have a funny story. I do. Today, my wife and daughter were incessantly arguing with each other all morning, trying to get ready for an event we went to. And all I wanted was like 5 minutes apiece. So I went like, if everybody just please shut up for a minute. Didn't work. And then like 2 seconds would go by, start arguing again. So I put on, this is going to tie in later, I put on Carry On My Wayward Son.
Kansas.
By Kansas. And turned up the volume. I said, anybody talks, we're starting it over again. And so I was like, carry on my way. And I was like, Dad, what do I do? Boom. Rewind it to the 10th time. Now my wife's like, are you fucking serious? Like, boom. Every time somebody even uttered a word, I started that song. And you've heard that song before.
Yes.
You know it. It's not an easy song to listen to over and over and over again. So you're only getting through the 30 seconds, the first 30 seconds of that song. And just to prove a point, I listened to Kansas's Carry On My Wayward Son, I want to say 20 times on the way to this event. Carry on my wayward son.
There'll be peace when you this was in the car.
A full blast.
The whole way.
The minute I heard somebody utter a word, I started from the beginning again. Now somebody spoke. Gotta start it. And then just did that over and over again until they finally stopped talking.
That's not bad.
We got halfway through the song. They started yelling at each other. I finally had to get out of the car and walk away. Could you listen to that for 20 minutes?
It's only a 5-minute song.
I had to keep starting it over. We never made it this far. Yeah, 100%. That's how big. Yeah, I just kept hitting. Okay, let's go.
It's a good bit.
And that's all I did, just to prove a point. And they were getting mad at me how annoying it was. And I was like, all I'm asking you to do is be quiet. Just don't say anything to anybody. Play Church Mouse. That's all I wanted, Church Mouse. I put $5 on the table. Nothing. They couldn't get through 30 seconds of this song without speaking. So
at any point, did anybody realize, like, hey, this is actually a pretty good song? Like, when it comes in?
Nope. And I was like, my wife was screaming, you think this is funny? Started it over again. There you go.
Am I doing it justice? Was it anything like this?
Or
are we letting it play too long?
Yeah, the car's Bluetooth. The queue up is faster, so it was like there was no slowdown. So
there was no lag?
No lag. There was no gap in that pickup. It was like boom, carry on, boom, okay. And then I'd get
pretty funny.
I'd get going again, and as soon as hey Dad, boom, boom.
It's a decent song, though. I mean, I haven't heard this in forever.
Not after 20 minutes.
Not a bad topic.
No.
Did you get to this part at all in the song?
I think once, because I started doing the air drumming. Because this is a good air drumming. Like, boom, 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 back and forth. I think I actually got to once I rose above the noise and confusion, but then I had to start it over again. There you go.
Pretty classic, Dave.
And like,
my hat's off to you, sir.
And it was so aggravating that nobody could get the fact that like they were screaming at it was that annoying. And I'm like, but if you just shut up, it would be over. Couldn't do it. Women, what are you gonna do?
Works when it wants to work.
It does.
I tried.
Just like a woman.
The phone's been acting weird lately. I'm really not happy with this. It's telling me like, dude, you got to get a new phone. You got to replace me. It's letting me know I'm going to stop working. Slowly but surely it stops working. Then I downloaded a bunch of apps to make our YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. They now prompt ads to pop up.
Right. Which freezes everything.
It's really terrible.
Because you didn't pay for the app.
No, it's a free app.
Yeah, but that's why it's free, because you got the ads.
But these ads will pop up when I'm not even using that app. It's just random shit.
It's popping right.
Turns on Google Play, pops up, and a video plays in the middle of like whatever I'm doing.
Right.
It's just, it's really just not cool.
Yo,
Are you shook up? Are you nervous?
is that
Do you suck dicks?
Is that just gonna pop up all show? Like,
You know what? I don't mind that popping up randomly. That's
it's like
fine.
Russian roulette. You're gonna tap it, and then 15 minutes later, it's gonna start screaming at us. Oh my gosh. Well, do you even want to broach the topic, the new hot topic of this week? It's a tough one to talk about because I have to be honest with you. This week was tough to come up with talking points because it seems that everybody has hit a point where we're kind of like fatigued with current events blasting us. I think we've hit peak story. Like we're just it's almost an overload where everybody's be offending. Everything's a massive media blitz. Everything's just screaming in our face constantly. And I think maybe I'm wrong. Is it just me that you're getting fatigued at seeing stuff pop on the news and being like, like Stormy Daniels, you're like, all right, it is a thing. It's over with.
Why are we still talking about this?
Nothing means anything anymore. So you're just fatigued with news.
Okay.
And
you keep using the word fatigue.
But that's the best way to describe it. Like you're not
played out.
You become numb to it almost. Like that. Like, oh my God, Donald Trump slept with another whore. You're like, all right. Anyway, oh, look at 2 guys in Starbucks got arrested.
Why did they?
Loitering. Refusing to leave.
All right. Who doesn't loiter at Starbucks?
Well, they didn't buy anything.
Who buys anything at Starbucks? You know how many times I see people there just working on their laptops, not even sipping that coffee?
We have to buy coffee at least.
Who thinks to call the cops though? Who calls the cops?
I don't know.
I don't know what side to play on this.
It's a tough one. You can't speak about it openly.
The story is exactly what?
2 guys. A guy came out of the bathroom. They wanted to go in the bathroom, and the guy was like, "No, you have to get the code from the cashier." And they wanted the code. And he said, "You have to get the code from the cashier. You have to be a paying customer." So right there, that was a customer said that. So then they posted up at a table, and apparently this particular location in Philadelphia has a loitering problem, a history of for example, when you go to Manhattan, when you're just walking, say, having a couple drinks, you can't just walk in any place and just go use their bathroom. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's an issue. Like if you're like me and you're walking around doing a little bar hopping, if you're going from one, and it's a nice long walk, you can't just run into a store and say, I got to use their bathroom. You have to be a paying customer. If you're lucky enough that these places have a bathroom. So they sat down at the table, and the manager went over there, supposedly, and asked them if they would like to buy something. Because you have to be a paying customer to use the bathroom, or if you're going to take up a table, you have to buy something. They said no. She asked them to leave. They said no. She calmly walked over and called the police. And then from there, it escalated.
I saw not that I saw. I can't find anything that I wanted to talk about. I heard audio of a black Starbucks patron
Right.
interviewing somebody who had just come out of the bathroom. I don't know if these are the same individuals or if this was something somebody did after the fact.
I think it was after the fact.
A white guy came out of the bathroom and said, "Excuse me, can I talk to you?" And he had, he was either videoing it or recording audio. He goes, "Did you buy something? Or did you just use the bathroom?" "No, I just used the bathroom." Did you buy something?" No, I was about to." "Oh, but they gave you the code." "See, they didn't give me the code. Do you think it's because I'm black?" And he was like, I don't know. He's like, "Because I think it's because I was black. I mean, I asked them the same thing you did, but they didn't." And he was very, well-spoken.
Right.
It was obviously an educational experiment, a social experiment on camera, on his phone, whatever he was doing. Right. I don't think this was the individual that had the cops called on him. I think this was an afterthought that somebody else did at a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
And had a very valid point, though. I hate to think people are telling certain people, "No, you can't use the bathroom," while they're, 0239, don't forget to hit the pound.
But see, also, I go to Starbucks all the time. I've never there's no code.
I've never had a coded bathroom.
So obviously they have a problem with this.
Yeah.
So if you have to spend money on a coded door handle, there is a problem.
And also, is it drug related? Do they not let the public use the bathroom because, they're shooting up in the bathroom?
It is Philadelphia.
These things do happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not just because we're like, no black people are allowed to use our bathroom.
Yeah, no, I think...
No, it's bathroom is for customers only, right?
Yeah.
So when did this become a problem?
Right. I think just having the key code on the handle already signifies that this is a previous issue. And when I believe when she called, they were ready to go. They're like, okay, over at Starbucks again. It's a thing.
Yeah. All right, look, how come you gave this person the code and you didn't give me the code? Well, that guy's in here every day.
Right.
He's going to order his usual. We're making it for him now.
Yeah.
He always uses the bathroom first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what there's 100 scenarios that can play out.
Right.
All right. This one ended in the cops getting called on 2 people and they got arrested.
Yes.
And then that led to protests in Starbucks in Philadelphia and here and there. And then some black patrons with a pretty good sense of humor. I also heard audio of somebody playing a joke.
Yeah.
On a white teenage barista.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his phone. He goes, "I'm going to go in there and get my free coffee." He goes, "You watch this." And he goes in there and he says, "Hey, so I'm here for my free coffee.
Right.
Apparently, y'all are racist, and I'm here for my reparations. You guys are giving out free coffees." And she had no idea what he was talking about, but probably didn't want to get fired or get in trouble, so she didn't question him. She goes, "Oh, yeah, I think I heard about that. I'll get you whatever you want." And he's like, "Yeah, I want my free coffee reparation voucher," or something like that. And, it was a joke, but...
Hey, you can't knock the guy.
Now he's taking
Can't knock the
advantage.
hustle. Yeah.
He's taking advantage. I'd like to hear that, he paid for it off camera. Like, hey, I was just fucking with you, but...
No.
He didn't. He got that free coffee and put it on video and then talked about, how gullible and dumb the white girl was.
Right.
Are we allowed to talk about this now?
It's tough. You can't.
Wait, this was also piggybacked. This was piggybacked on LA Fitness.
See, I don't know anything about that. This is something where you actually know more.
And I don't know.
And a current event. Yeah.
Just when I thought I knew something about it, I saw a video actually on the news. This was on the news. I
thought you don't watch the news.
I was flipping channels. And
right.
Something was on. I was actually watching live TV for like half a minute.
Yeah.
And this story came up, and they were interviewing somebody outside of LA Fitness, and he looked like a kid.
Right.
20s, talking about how they wouldn't let him in because he didn't have his card.
Okay.
But then I heard audio of something else, also from an LA Fitness. This was obviously an older gentleman, a much deeper voice, a bigger guy, talking about how his card wasn't swiping. Something happened with the card. He wasn't swiping. They made him swipe again, and then they called the cops, but the cops did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing to do. Like, what he told, why would you call the cops? And it almost looked like the manager at that LA Fitness realized, wow, the cops aren't backing me up. They're letting him film. He kept saying, "Oh, you can't film in here." I could film anywhere I want. The cops didn't tell him, "Put away your camera." The cops didn't even give him a hard time. I don't know why he was called. I think there's two stories at an LA Fitness, because the audio that I heard the day after did not match the video I saw from the news. But this happened to us at Planet Fitness a couple of years ago. You know, I have a Black Card membership. I could bring a guest if I want. So I brought Kelly.
Yeah.
She wanted to get her workout on with me. She didn't drive. I drove, so she didn't have her bag. She didn't have her ID. She didn't have her license. They would not let her come in as my guest. And I was like, dude, we just drove 20 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
You know, from Centerport, Northport, all the way down here, wherever the fuck we were by the expressway. Melville, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Melville?
Sounds about
I was
right.
like, we're not going to go there. We'll be back in an hour. Like, just let us fucking come in. No, she needs her ID. We have to sign her in with her ID. I'm like,
I think it's probably an insurance thing.
what kind of fucking Planet Fitness police is going on here?
I think it's an insurance thing.
All right, but we didn't call the cops. We didn't cry discrimination. If you don't have your card to get in,
You're the man.
what's the problem?
You're the man.
No, I wasn't. We didn't get to work out. If I
This
got,
next song is all about my $20.
You see?
8 pieces
It just
of
plays
turkey
ads.
in all the fixings, and
This is
it'll
horse
feed your
shit.
family of 4. Hit it, boys.
What was that? That's because I downloaded an app so that I can cut up some audio and make slideshows and put on YouTube. Whatever that was.
Came out of nowhere.
Motherfuck.
I think your phone has AIDS. That's terrible.
Oh shit, this bitch got a dick.
It also plays random sound files too.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah. So speaking on people getting fired,
All right, sorry. I don't know where I was going with any of that, but like I don't know a lot about it.
Well, do you know what time it is?
Wait.
What?
What time is it?
You know what time it is. It's drink time.
Seamless, Dave, like it never happened.
As always.
Fresh drinks and a bathroom break. Nice.
So you wanted to kick back to the Starbucks situation.
Well, yeah, I had a question that I was texting you. I vaguely remember texting you. I think I had a better point the other day when I was texting you than I remember now.
It's a great way to wake up to in the morning.
These are my early morning texts, right?
Yeah, that was
already
after
at
like
work.
my 40-hour swing
it was
shift.
In my,
yeah.
It was in the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock hour. I was wondering about. I mean, am I the only one with this question, with this point of view? I mean, can I even? Oh, am I even allowed to ask this?
If you're gonna have to say that, I don't know if you are. Like I would venture to say no, but
Well,
you're
this
gonna
is,
do it anyway.
It's a podcast. This is a news forum. It's
I wouldn't say news.
Is it journalistic?
No.
Is it entertainment? Who's entertained by this?
Nobody.
All right, but it's
an indulgence for us.
It's a question.
All right.
Are we really having a problem with civil rights? Is being asked to show your LA Fitness club card, is that really a violation of your civil rights? Like, look,
Could you rent a movie at Blockbuster without your ID card?
this time last year, Blockbuster. This time last year, everything was Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Look, we had a problem. Cops were shooting a lot of black men and boys. Okay, look, you had a good cause. You had a couple of bake sales. There were fundraisers. You had a march here and there. You blocked the highway. All right, listen.
Okay.
None of that's going on anymore.
I don't know.
It's all trans.
No, it is.
It's all gay.
No.
It's whose pronouns.
That was that dude that got shot in his backyard 20 times for holding a cell phone. Where was that? That was in California.
Why you gotta just shit on my point?
That's what I do best. I just came to me as you were saying that.
Just trying to make a joke.
Okay.
Now it's all invalid. I got nothing.
No, go try.
No, I got nothing. Doesn't matter. You're right.
I think okay. I will agree with you though that it is on a decline.
I was
A
saying,
steady decline.
has the cause been taken up by the gays, the trans, the everything else, that now the black community wants to get it back, and they're crying about their civil rights when
They want to get their group
dude,
back.
The guy just wanted you to show your LA Fitness card.
Right.
The manager just said you can't be here without buying something.
Or is it an entitlement issue? Everybody, across the board, across every gender, race, everybody's entitled to stuff now. Everybody feels they're entitled to everything, and any infringement on their entitlement is an affront. And if you don't acquiesce to every demand that a person makes, you're infringing upon their entitlement. Well, does that seem? That's the only thing I can think of.
They're all becoming gentle snowflakes.
I don't even
They're
think
all
it's
becoming
I don't think
fragile.
it's it works on both sides of the political spectrum. I think everybody nowadays feels entitled to whatever they want, whenever they want.
It's okay, because Syria apparently gassed their own people. We bombed Syria. Russia said we're going to retaliate, and
Yes.
we're on the verge of World War III. So,
Unless it was a false flag attack by the United States government and Theresa May.
did they use thermite paint?
No. They used Soviet era. That was the thing. Yeah, you know what? This is going to lead down a rabbit hole with me. I think the gas was Soviet manufactured. Well, I can't say Soviet anymore. Russian manufactured chemical weapons. So it is a little bit suspicious. We're not going to go there, though. That's a whole conversation. So Coachella. Does that pop up on your radar at all?
Coachella?
Yeah.
Cardi B?
Yeah.
Right?
You a fan of her?
No, I'm
know
definitely not.
I know your daughter's not.
I am not.
She's not entertained.
She was the musical guest on SNL last week, right?
Right.
I think, and we watched it the next day because I'm not up on Saturday nights at all. And usually Lucy loves anything. You just give her a good beat, and this kid starts dancing. She does this with her hips, and she claps her hands.
Right.
And I played the Cardi B video, and she didn't move. She didn't move at all. She clapped when it was over. She actually did that. She clapped when it was over.
Everybody else was clapping.
Yeah, she knows that, but it looked like she was clapping because it was off, which was hilarious.
I have nothing against her.
But I heard she was booked for Coachella before she was huge,
Yeah.
and I think that just got renegotiated maybe to a big, very big number.
No. And she spoke on that, too.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
No, because people asked her about
You said
that.
Coachella. I said Cardi B, and you
Right.
said yes. I was like, oh, I thought I was onto something.
Well, oh, no. Yeah, she did perform. But as far as the renegotiation, I don't think it was because she was explaining, which I do appreciate.
I
her.
have other numbers. I believe she was signed a year ago to perform for $70,000, and she spent $350,000
Right.
on her stage.
Yes, and she said it's an investment in me.
Absolutely.
When I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And she also goes on that rant about where my taxes go, and you saw that one, right?
This is a big write-off for her.
No, I'm saying
It's a
but
$250,000
where
write-off.
she was wondering where 40% of her tax money. Is that you again?
Just
It does what it wants.
kind of. That's my 4:30 alarm.
The dance party.
Yeah. But it's a different song because I don't ask, dude. I reset a bunch of stuff. I deleted a bunch of shit for the sake of this show and our YouTube channel. My phone is now officially fucked, and I lost thousands of pictures and all kinds of shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's bad.
Gotta go to Apple. But anyway, back.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But back to Cardi B. She went on that now famous rant about where her tax money went. She wants receipts from the Uncle Sam. She wants receipts like. You know,
Really?
Oh, it's epic. You should. Well, I'll post it on the page for everybody to
You know,
see.
she's got to be legit to make claims like that.
She is.
For you to say something about like, I want to know where all my money goes. You should show me receipts for my 40%.
Yeah.
Your taxes have to be in order.
Well, she
all of your shit has to be on the up and up for you to question.
She went so
Uncle Sam.
far as to say, if you owe me money this year and you were thinking about giving me a check, wait till next year.
Oh, why? Because she's going to owe next year?
No, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to have taxable income any more taxable income this year. She went from being a stripper to like this huge megastar, you know, and then she realized that you're not grabbing dollars out of G-strings, flinging them around. You actually have to pay 40% of your salary. I think 41% of your salary.
Yeah.
When you live in New York, you know that you pretty much pay 41% of whatever you make.
Sure.
And between state and federal, you're pretty much
Just get used to it.
You're fucked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is shocking. The past few years where I started making a lot of money,
You're not a fan of paying your taxes. Not that you're not a fan of paying your taxes.
No, I'm a
but
libertarian.
For a guy that has to do so much overtime and you really see the big chunk of tax money come out.
Right. It's devastating. I understand her pain.
But I don't like to say ignorance is bliss. I'm just too tired to fight.
No,
I'm too tired.
I know.
Like, I'm tired of my bullshit. Like, I don't want to hear me fight about it anymore. I've got other things to talk about and bitch about, and
Like what?
my own home life. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it on this show right now. Not today.
No, you can't. All right. Where are we?
Custody. It's my house. Oh, what? Well, oh, sorry.
I was saying Buckley's Irish Pub, 386
Hey,
Main
Buckley's
Street,
Irish Pub. Yeah.
Cinemerches, New York. Somebody else is somewhere else in their mind. All right,
Man,
I mean,
good to see you, Dave. Thanks for getting me out. These midday drinks were really nice. I had a nice sandwich earlier.
I think you need another drink.
I haven't gone on a date. My dating life has stopped. I thought I could say I'll give you a little story. I'll mention something vaguely mention a story. I brought something up to the lovely lady who lives upstairs from me.
Okay.
Lucy's mom. I own this house. I'm like, it's kind of silly. Like, I don't have friends over. I don't do what I want to do in this house. I don't bring dates over. Like, it's off limits. I was like, I got to be able to do what I got to do when I got to do it.
You.
She's like, no, this turned into a whole fight. This turned into a whole thing. And I'm just like, well, look, we got to figure something out. You're like, you can't stay here and you can't cock block me. Like,
Right.
we're officially single and you're cock blocking me in my own house. Like, I'm paying for this house that you're living in for like dirt cheap and like rent free. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
I was like, you know what though? I shut it off. There's a switch in my brain. I successfully shut the perv switch off for about 3 or 4 weeks now. Like, no dates, no hard-ons. Like, I'm just not thinking about it. Like,
What do they call that stuff? That's that
the
salt.
perv switch.
No, saltpeter. Wasn't that used to keep prisoners from getting hard-ons? Think about stuff they
The B shot or the V shot.
Wait, it's saltpeter, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that
don't know. I always heard they give the Marines a shot or something
Yeah,
like that.
saltpeter. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should invest in some of that.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I've trained my brain to just shut it off for the
Right.
time being because dating's fucking expensive. Maybe I'll pay down my fun credit card and I'll get a hotel room again. But I just right now, dude, I don't know what's going on.
Whores are expensive.
But thanks for getting me out. Whores? No, I'm not. No. This guy doesn't pay for that.
Well, that's what I call. I call drinking and whoring. Yeah, that's what this guy does.
Oh no. I don't know who listens to this. I would never call them that. They're very lovely
They like
participants.
it. They like it.
Again, still, I can't comment. There's a lot going on, and
Well,
there's even more going on in my
You're
brain.
actually the straight man in this duo.
Yes, I'm on the up and up. I'm
And if
trying
you-
to be on the
and
up
it's
and
actually
up.
funny if we took a picture of each other, the two of us right now. I would look.
You
like
look like the Trump supporter.
I said I'm a Chad right now.
Yeah.
I'm a deplorable Chad.
Chad. Who was that? Was that a Carlin bit?
No, but those like Chad, Tad, and Brad. Fucking bros, what's up? We're gonna drink some natty ices later and some rose.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
No. We're gonna make America great again, one day at a time, bro. Build a wall.
No, but you see, you'd have to have boat shoes on. You're
no,
doing it proper.
I do want to pay. So,
You're doing it hipster style.
it's not hipster.
So how long did it take for you to get back here from Brooklyn today?
Oh.
Not bad, dude. Not bad.
What, with my khakis and blue blazer?
Not bad. Say what you want, man.
It's all right.
You're on point.
I do. I look like a banker.
And your tats are showing, so that's cool.
Well, yeah, because I actually wear an appropriate cut jacket. Most people don't do that nowadays. You're supposed to have your wrists shown, I think. That's still the way it goes, right?
I always have a problem with the way they cut my jackets.
Too long or too short?
I think they're too long.
See, I've always been too short, but that's apparently this way because I have very broad shoulders. I'm a very wide guy. Like I have broad shoulders, big barrel chest, but even in my day-to-day button-up shirts and flannels, I always go short on the sleeves because I've always been a machinist. I always work with my hands. You don't want stuff dangling around.
Sure.
I've always done it, so I just feel comfortable that way. That having everything a little shorter. I think it looks good that way though.
I notice if I stand up, they're too long, and when I'm driving, they're too short. I'd like them in the middle. I can't find it.
You have to get it tailored. Do you buy off the rack?
No, everything gets tailored. You can't buy a suit off the rack. You have to get
Dude,
it tailored.
I'm so jealous of dudes who can do that.
What? Nothing's supposed to be off the rack. I have a friend. He happens to be gay. I don't know if this makes a difference, but he says even your pants. If you go buy a pair of pants, you're still supposed to have them tailored, like a pair of jeans.
Yeah, but finding a denim guy
Dude,
is tough.
A $30 pair of jeans. I'm going to spend another $30 getting my
Who buys $30 jeans?
What do you mean? 20? 50?
What?
I buy pants on sale. Kohl's, $20
Yeah, no. Come on. You're better than that.
with my card
You're better than that.
on a sale.
You're better than that.
What are you talking about?
You just get, you
The most I'll pay for a pair of jeans is $30, $40 because they're on sale.
All right.
$70, 35% off. Plus, I used my
The
card.
lowest I will go is Levi's.
Okay.
Levi's are like $50, $60 a pair.
Sure.
But see, that's the thing is, I know.
But they're always on sale. You use your store card, get another 20%.
But see, I have to buy a specific. I'm 5'13", and I'm 38'30". Boom, and I'm lucky enough that I know that fits me perfectly. So even these.
So you are an off-the-rack kind of guy.
That in that department, yes.
But you would never take those to a denim tailor.
I
and
tried.
have them
I
cut for you.
Well, at a low point in my life where I was trying to be super cool, I bought like raw denim, like Levi's, and paid like a lot of money for them. And it was this whole process. So you buy like 2 sizes too big, you put them on, then you hop in a hot bath, you wear them, they shrink to your body, then you go down. Yeah, oh, it was just. Then the whole tub fills up with blue water.
Was this 20-year-old Dave?
No, Murphy was a year old. I think it was like, oh my God, I'm a dad. I still need to be cool, kind of Dave. Like, oh, like you know. So the whole raw denim thing was big. And after I botched the whole debacle, because you're supposed to walk around in these wet jeans all day.
What?
And they form to your body. I was like, all right, whatever. After it was done, I went and found like a denim. Those denim guys aren't cheap because if you just take it to a tailor, they're gonna hem them like a pair of dress pants, and it looks weird. That's that old like Italian thing where you wear the black shoes and they put the hem on the bottom of it, you know. And a guy that can actually make a pair of Levi's look like you bought them off the rack, and I think that's expensive. And you're looking at a $200 pair of jeans.
No, I'm out.
But you and like I even do the whole thing. I rarely ever wash them. Put them in the freezer. You do the whole thing. Like, it's yeah. It's not your $20 Kohl's thing, you know.
What does that do? Putting your pants in the freezer?
Yeah, it
kills the germs,
kills the bacteria, and kills the odors. Yeah. So if you don't,
but does it really?
Yeah.
What does it do with all the ball sweat and ass cheese and all that stuff?
You can spot clean it with a little bit of, you know.
So it's like dry cleaning without the chemicals.
Right. Right.
I do have a pretty big freezer.
Yeah, you get the big Ziploc bags. You put them in there. You fold them in there, and you leave them in there for a couple of days. It kills everything. Boom, shake them out, let them hang. You're good to go.
And then you iron them, press them out, use the steam clean.
Nope.
No,
no.
I don't know, man.
No, you damage the denim.
Does this shirt look ironed to you?
No.
I ironed all of my T-shirts, all of my my button-down shirts.
Right.
I now make a point to do it every week. 3 weeks ago, I ironed 33 shirts.
Why?
Because I never iron my shirts.
Drop them off. Get it
Now
done.
I do them. Nope, once a week I iron my week's
Now
worth
is
of
that
shirts.
now is
This
that,
is ironed.
Is that a discipline thing with you?
Can't tell?
No, I mean it doesn't look wrinkled. I'll give you that. But you didn't put any starch in it.
Well, there you go.
But see, when I iron stuff, I starch the shit out of it.
No, why would I do that? It's still a casual shirt, but at least there's no wrinkles in it.
But I like starch. I go heavy starch when I go to a dry cleaner.
Really?
Right up the road, actually. Yeah. Yeah, heavy starch.
Boy, are we off topic.
I want to take my shirt off, and I want it to stand up by itself like my happy socks.
How's your happy sock?
You don't know what a happy sock is?
Oh, I do. Oh, wait, we skipped over something. I know you had something you wanted to talk about and didn't want to talk about, so now I'm going to talk about it and ask you why we're not talking about it.
Okay.
Apparently, Janice Dickinson came out and said that she made up the whole Cosby accusation.
I read something. It was an ongoing story, and it happened to be. There's a mistrial on a previous thing, but she is maintaining that she was slipped a Mickey, you know, as it were, and he did his dirty work on top of her.
Oh, well, that's what the original
Yeah.
accusation was.
And then she attempted to take it back and then didn't. That's why I said it's an ongoing story, so I don't want to speak on it because I don't know what's going to happen by the time this comes out.
Oh, that's what you were actually reading it.
Yeah, because it was
Something
happening.
on your phone
yeah,
and you
yeah.
crossed it off. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right.
It was happening, like, but
Hey, I'm looking forward to our next show where you tell me if this is on the radar again.
well, she is crazy. I don't know if you've ever seen any of her appearances on TV.
He didn't look good. I saw him on the news a couple of weeks
Well,
ago.
he's blind now,
There
right?
was something else was going on. There was another delay. There was a problem with a juror or something.
No, one of them, an actress who used to be like on the Cosby Show every once in a blue moon, chased him down topless, a bunch of shit written all over.
What?
Yeah, he was walking to court and she came barreling out of the bushes, topless with
A Cosby Show actress.
yeah, with shit written all
Who
over.
did she play?
I don't know. I didn't really care that much.
One of Vanessa's friends or
Probably.
one of Cockroach's girlfriends or something?
Right.
All right, well, that's random.
No, I mean it. I like you said, I don't think he looks good. I don't know if it's playing the part for court, but I heard he was going blind too, right?
That's what they're claiming.
Wow. Now
That's what they're claiming.
is that a move?
I don't know. If I was blind in court, I couldn't say that I recognized any of my accusers. Can you see this person? Do you recognize this person?
She has to get up all close on
no,
me.
I can't see at all.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I think so. I think they're really going with the old man. He's an old man. He doesn't know what he did. He doesn't remember yesterday. But that's the thing, you know. If you're gonna use like your age as a defense, who cares if you can see? Do you know what day it is? No. Can you tell us what you did yesterday? Then how can you testify what you did 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago?
It's a tough one because I like a dude like Louis C.K. and those guys and a lot of those guys. I think it's nothing. But him, I think he's an actual piece of shit.
Yeah, you
him and Harvey Weinstein. Well, no, see, even Harvey Weinstein. No, I'm gonna have to. They're pretty much pieces of shit.
You know, is Cosby the one thing we haven't really talked about with all these accusations?
No, we haven't.
Because it was way before.
No, we talked about him originally.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
He's the original piece of shit.
I think so.
When you're the #1 comedian. Remember his HBO special himself?
Yeah.
Like that was around the time all of these things were going on.
Right. I'm sure you could do it. You could pull enough on tail on your own.
Even if it's just on your fame and notoriety alone, like you've got an endless supply of women who you can do whatever you want with.
Right.
Your thing is knocking them out and taking them without their knowledge, not even against their will.
That was an episode of Law and Order, I think. Like years ago, there was like a weird like group of friends that were like really rich, and they would put their wives into insulin-induced comas.
What?
And they would bang them out and videotape it.
Was this SVU?
Yeah, Mariska Hargitay.
I love SVU. It's the only.
I just remember
the only Law and Order that I watch.
I don't watch any of them really, but I remember seeing that one. And I thought it was weird that like that was what they would do. They would take their wives and inject them with insulin to put them in insulin-induced comas, and they would just have their way with them and videotape it.
You know what SVU has taught us?
What?
No means yes, and yes means anal.
Oh yeah,
that's totally from SVU. So, hey, I forgot we have this new edition, the Twat of the Day. Twat of the Day.
We have a new sponsor too.
Oh, please. Twat of the Day is brought to you by
Lux Kebab Soap.
Sir, you're saying it wrong.
What?
Excuse me?
What?
Where's that accent?
Oh, you want to do that?
Transcontinental accent for all ads and reads.
Jesus. All right. Today's Twat of the Day is brought to you by Lux Kebab Soap. Ladies, keep your mimsy clean. A daily wash with the new kebab soap for women will freshen up your flaps and stop it like stinking like an old kipper. Lux Kebab Soap. Ask your doctor today before it's too late.
That gets a 5. I really enjoyed that. It's our second douche-related ad.
No,
I'm noticing a twat-related.
Kebab soap is a bar of soap from Lux.
For?
A feminine odor.
Okay, so all of our Twat of the Day reads are going to be vagina references. I might be slow to the upkeep, huh? Uptake. I'm a little slow.
That's what they called it back in the day. The mimsy.
I like that. I forgot we have to do this.
Yeah, I have one. He's been a raspberry seed in my molar for a long time.
Can it be a he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just.
Mine's been a guy for the past couple of weeks.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Who's acting like a twat?
Anthony Bourdain.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I really like the guy. And like every time something new pops up, I hear him popping off at the mouth. It just kind of I want him to just like kind of shut up before he stops being cool. It's getting annoying now. He's with the whole hashtag Me Too with Asia Argento and Ronan Farrow and all those. Now he's talking shit to Alec Baldwin, and he's trying to act holier than thou, and like, I'm so much cooler than you guys. Like, dude, stay in your lane, make some fucking food, talk about booze, tell us where to go to eat in a layover, and fucking move on. We get it. You're 60 years old, you know. You're divorced. You're going on your wanderlust and everything like that. But don't act better than everybody. It's now.
Get off your high horse.
It is. It's getting real bad. It's getting bad because I really like the guy and I like those shows. But now, like when I watch him, I kind of watch him with disdain because I'm like, man, the guy needs to get off Twitter, you know.
All right, there you have it.
You don't have one?
Twat of the Day goes to Greg Opie Hughes from the original Opie and Anthony show, the recently defunct Opie and Jim show, and I believe now he's popping up doing random podcasts, a random YouTube show here and there.
He was the blonde one.
He was the blonde one, and not realizing it at the time, the original problem on all of the shows, kind of a crybaby. Looking back at it now, just a real crybaby.
I never really listened to that.
Whammy, poor me. It's everybody but me. You know what do they say about if everyone around you is the idiot? It's
probably you.
It's probably you.
Yeah.
Made a lot of enemies apparently, and every other show has gone on to be very successful. And I don't know, he's maybe doing a podcast now. He's got a random YouTube show that he does, a pop-up every once in a while.
Does he actually have to work anymore? Did he make enough money?
No, he's probably very well off. He's fine. He doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Although he probably has to have some money coming in to pay for all of the shit. You know, unless you buy everything cash. Who pays cash for shit?
I do.
Even if you're rich, don't you get a mortgage? Right?
You could write it off, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have a lot of time to think about this, but it's always been in the back of my mind. You know, when I used to listen to the show, I'm like, oh, poor Opie. You know, oh man, all of his best friends keep fucking him. Oh, all these good deals keep fucking working out against him, and nothing really seems to go his way. And you're like, oh, this guy just burned every bridge and fucked up every opportunity and ruined every radio show along the way. Oh, he kind of is an asshole. So Greg Opie Hughes, twat of the day, twat of the week. Twat of the bi-weekly, really.
What's twat of the day?
Today.
Yeah, because tomorrow I'll think somebody else is a twat.
No problem. Do you have an album recommendation?
Yeah. After today's events, I think everybody should listen to Candace's Left Overture.
That's the album.
Yeah. There's nothing spectacular about it, but if you haven't listened to it, I would definitely recommend it. It can also, you can use it to attempt to quell your wife and children's audio. There you go.
There we go. I'm a little late. I'm sorry about that. It's hilarious. Probably the best story I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
That's parenting right there. Not even parenting. That's husbandry and parenting 101.
Boom. Oh wait, you talked again? Let's start it over. There you go. Over and over again until everybody just stopped talking. But the sad thing is, they never stopped talking. I had to get out of the car and do a lap around the block.
You know, I bet they learned to enjoy it.
No.
This was today?
Yeah.
I bet they still have the song in their head.
I would imagine it's still stuck in my head.
When you go home, will you do a callback? Will you put it on and be like, "Come on, guys, it's the theme of the day"?
No, I'm just gonna ignore it.
Really?
Pretend it didn't happen.
But that'll make you look more like an asshole, doesn't it?
Who cares at this point?
If you make it a part of your daily activities now, you'll be like, that was nothing. No.
I'll have to find like a worse song, like something that would actually aggravate people. Maybe like Mungo Jerry in the summertime. You know, like in the summertime.
I hate that song.
Exactly.
Boy, do I fucking hate
Boom.
that song.
Hit it again. Boom. Hit it again. We're gonna keep doing this all day until you guys
It's a
shut
terrible
up.
song, and the more you listen to it, you know what? Not bad. I'm on board. I can listen to it and sing along maybe 3, 4, 5 times. After that, it's like nails on the chalkboard.
There you go. That's the song I might have to go with.
Well, I don't usually pull comedy albums out of my ass. I'm going to go with John Mulaney, The Comeback Kid from 2015. And this one, I'm assuming there's an album of it. It's a Netflix special. Now, I don't know if they just do video without audio these days. I'm sure you can download the audio. I'm sure it's a CD.
So it's a special, not an album.
Well, you know what? I didn't check. How do you like that? It's a Netflix special.
It's probably not an album.
You don't think so? You think they're going to video and not put it out for audio?
They might.
I don't know. Well, shit. Well, if you can't listen to it,
Watch it.
fucking watch it on Netflix. It's this 2015 John Mulaney, The Comeback Kid. And I watched it, and I was taken by surprise. Because he was on SNL, correct? John
No.
Mulaney, wasn't he on SNL?
Maybe a writer.
Yeah. And then After that, he had a show, the John Mulaney Show, with another actress from SNL, and it fucking tanked.
Yeah.
It was not good. But everything else that he does, I find funny. He does this thing with another, I forget who they are, Gil Faizon and somebody called, oh, hello, Too Much Tuna. Are you familiar
Nick
with
Kroll.
any of this? Yes, him and
Yeah.
Nick Kroll. For some reason, I find their antics absolutely hilarious.
Isn't he
Annoying,
involved with
but hilarious.
Little Big Mouths, whatever? Remember that show?
Oh, Big Mouth.
Big Mouth, is that what it is? Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
That was a great show. Yeah.
I know Nick Kroll is. I don't know about Mulaney.
Oh, okay.
So, I see he keeps coming up on my Netflix all the time. I'm like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. You know what? Let me see about it. Holy shit, this guy's funny.
Yeah.
Way funnier than his John Mulaney show. Like, for some reason, I don't know why that show is not as funny as he is. It's just the way he tells a story.
It's the John Mayer effect.
See? You really don't like John Mayer.
No. John Mayer is a great guitar player. But it never translates to his albums.
I disagree.
Really?
I love his albums.
Huh.
Yeah. You're talking to a John Mayer fan.
Your body is a wonderland, huh?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Daughters? You're gonna be that guy.
Oh, that's Lucy's song. Yeah, what are you talking about? Don't fuck with that. Those are the two best albums, actually. Those two.
Yeah.
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 Continuum and, I don't remember off the top of my head. His second and third album I will listen to back-to-back all the
So
time.
you go from like Lamb of the God to John Mayer.
Yeah, why not? I'll listen to all of that.
All right.
It's all good.
But Elvis Costello's a bridge too far. I don't see what the you have this chasm between.
What is a bridge too far?
You're like okay.
Was that a Elvis Costello song?
No.
An album or
No.
the example?
That's a turn of phrase.
A far stretch.
Yeah, far stretch. Like John Mayer's good.
Yeah.
Lamb of God is good.
Oh, sure.
But
You want to listen
Elvis
to
Costello,
Pantera?
yeah.
Listen to some Slayer?
Which one? Like 80s hair metal Pantera?
Ooh. No, that's a little.
Yeah.
You listen to that as a novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I got to tell you the truth. I haven't listened to any metal in a while.
No?
Nah,
You think you're getting too old?
No, man.
Not feeling it?
I'm a big Seattle fan. Lithium. I can listen to Lithium and talk radio and podcasts. And my own,
that's the Sirius XM.
and my own thoughts of misery in my head as I drive to and from work.
It's just a pleasure.
I am. All right, Dave. I can't wait to do this again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go have some drinks.
All right, let's. Oh, do we have an outro? What did I want to do for an outro?
Well, you got to go to our iTunes page. Tell us if we suck. Tell us if we're good. Interact with us. And you can go to our Facebook page. You can look us up Half Cock Conversations, same as it is on iTunes.
And our YouTube channel.
And, yeah,
now
our
has
newly...
all of our stuff.
Oh, yeah. And you could always...
Carry on, Dave.
Stay golden.
There'll be